كذا خات احتاري ده خات احتاري دوته إذا كنت كوحته. When you cut out the pattern, be careful you don't waste your height, and be very generous and how to place it and cut it and attach it. Now I'm gonna show you how to sew around, sewing up and stitching the moccasin. What I'm going to do is I have a lot of foot pattern, different sizes that I made, and this is the pattern I took off from my mom. I'm going to do the way she taught me how to do moccasins. And this is a size 9.5 foot pattern that I'm going to follow. How you choose is you make a foot pattern like so, and this is for a woman size 9 wide because she's got wide foot. So the foot pattern I make is, this one is for the heel part. I would show you why it's cut like that. So anyways, this is the foot pattern. So always make sure you leave a little room for the toe, because and also this is the vamp. I made the vamp so it goes over the foot part. And I find a lot of people make the vamps a little white like this. It kind of flares out here, and I find it doesn't work for me. So I use, because the feet is long, and once you sew up, it will ball up. So this is the vamp, and I choose the ankle part like so. This is the part that you want the vamp to fit. This is how I do it, like so. I put a little X there, different X's for different size and foot. And what I will do is, this is how I choose the pattern. I put the foot there. See this flap here? That's for the heel. And I have a line here. So the foot fits in there, and you put the vamp there. And this pointed part will fit right there, like so. Okay. Anyways, that's how I choose my pattern. And I always cut the vamp a little longer, okay? And there I mark it down like so to even it out. That's where I'm gonna attach this attachment here. So I keep the, I call this tongue longer, because you could cut it. If you make rabbit rounds, you want this part longer, so you could cut it, the tongue out. You could make it square or kind of a round shape like that. And with slippers, you would cut it about a little bit and kind of fold it. And so I would show you how to do that. For the height, you kind of maybe fill the height. Some places, this is really good part for kind of crimping, like, I don't know how you call it, sort of for that part is soft. You want to use this part. And if you find it some part a little hard, then use that part. Let's see, this part is a little hard, so you don't want to, it will be hard to kind of like that. I don't know how to say it, but in so this part, I would definitely kind of use that for the heel part, for the sole, right at the heel, where it's, so this way you don't have to waste your height, and so try and get the feel of the hide. This is really good hide, soft, and it will be easy to crunch it, I guess. Anyways, so, and this is how I'm gonna cut it. So what I'm gonna do is trying to cut the hide, so I'll put that there. And I usually flip my hide and trying to work on the side here. So I decided to use this part here. So there. I use cast iron. This is an cast iron. She had this since, ever since I remember small. And I kind of took that with me when she passed on. So it's heavy, and I always use it to hold things down for me. So there, okay. And there is, sometimes you get lots of holes in the hide, so you want to use, be very stingy with your hide, especially brain tan. So I always make sure I kind of use this piece. You could use it for smaller craft. So there it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to this one. I just used this is the wrong side of the hide, so you could write on it. So I just make little dots. See, this cast iron, I use it all the time. It's so handy. Then your pattern stays still. It won't move at all. So if you get a cast iron. So this one, I got a whole bunch of lines here for different sizes, because this one is like so. So I would go use this line here, this close to it. Yeah, you don't want to use too much, and you don't want to use too less either. So use your own judgment when you do that cutting. And this way, especially brain tan, you got to be very efficient with it, so you don't start cutting here and then you can't use this part because it won't fit for another foot pattern. So you got to use your judgment for that. I make my own hide, so and this one I'll just fold this up a little bit, so yeah, it should be okay. I'll just go this way. If a little piece is out, that's okay. I could use it for craft, since the hide there is soft. So, and you flip this over, and this is the heel part. And you make a little line, not too much, just a few little dots, because I'll show you why later when I get there. There you go. So you make a little line, but you don't cut that part. You leave it till you're ready to use it. Okay, and I got all kinds of scissors. I got really, I'm a retired hairdresser, so I got lots of really sharp little knives that scissors, I should say. And this one is really good. It cuts really good, see? And if you're learning, you know, it's good to practice on felt. You know, you buy these cheap felt, just practice on that, or even some commercial hide before you start. I wouldn't suggest start on brain tan right away until you're very, you know, done few of it before you start using brain tan. It's good to just practice on, you know, little pieces. You could buy at Halford, any leather place have bits and pieces of commercial hide, so you could practice on that before you start cutting. See, this is one piece, and what I'll do is, yeah, this part is okay, so I could use this pointed part for the foot, and I'll go down this way. So I cut this way, and then I always reverse my pattern. I don't know why, but it works for me. So, you know, this part fits really good here. So there's not much waste here. So that's how I get into my height, and it's right down, and maybe just a little lower there. See, it catches here, there, and then right flush here and here. So I'm gonna start printing that one, mark it. I always use my cast iron, so let's do this one here. See, this is the way Annette taught me how to yeah, I do exactly how she taught me. There's few things I kind of I'll learn on my own to do it differently. So everybody's got their own way. Once you might find something a little different that you want to try. So that's okay. That's how to be creative, you know. Even with beadwork, I don't use patterns. I don't draw my patterns, I just start from the center. And that way you get to be really creative. And I do mostly denim style craft, like moccasins and stuff like that. So, and you flip this over a little bit and then just follow this little dot here for that's like that. So, and then there's the. Okay, now we've traced this one, marked down, and we'll cut it out like so. Sometimes it's cut this out. Oh, there's a little hard piece there. It might be hard to crimp, but that's okay. I could chew on it like they did a long time ago to soften the hide. So I got, every feet is got different sizes. So I always ask for a foot pattern just to be accurate and make sure the moccasin fits right. And so I like working with foot patterns. Foot trace, I should say. Yeah, foot trace. Där är en jättehud. So this one, okay. Yeah, I'm running very low on my height, so waiting to warm up so I could start making my own hide again. So for the summer, it's pretty much demanding. Everybody wants brain tan hide, so I always have a little flip like that. I just don't know why. I've seen some just go straight like that, but I like this, the way I do it. So there, perfect, just on the tip. So here we are. This is the outside one. This is the pattern that we did. So I put this on the side, and the vamp. I always have my vamp like that. So what I'm going to do is this one here, and it will fit right there. Okay, this is all done. What I'm gonna do is, see, it would fit like that, and there's enough room for clothes on this. So I always put the lining in, a fabric, and it's durable. So what you do is you choose, a lot of people have different type of material for lining, and so I'll leave that up to you. You could do whatever. You could just do it like that too. You don't have to put the lining in, but I always do. And once I do my lining, I will show you how to attach it, and we'll go from there. Okay, we cut out the pattern for the foot and chose a vamp size, and after that I attached the lining. I use what you call, it's called soft shell fleece. It's very thin, but it's really strong. That's what I use for lining. And I find it is more kind of sanitized-wise, it's healthier, because it doesn't have all that fluffiness where all kinds of junk could go in there. This way you could just flip your moccasins and just brush them off. So I'm very particular about things like that. And so what I did was I cut it to fit. You just put your material and put your foot sole part and hold it down and just trace it and cut it out. And then I just sew the size here so it doesn't move. Okay, and to attach the vamps, I just fold it like this, so, and then there's a pointed end. I just use a chalk and mark it, kind of, it doesn't show here, but I know where to put it. Anyways, mark it with a pen. It's inside. Just make a little dot there and a little dot here, and kind of hold it evenly and work it to the middle and pinch, and then mark it here. That's there you go. So there's a mark there, a mark, 3 marks. Flip it around. And with the vamps, I always mark it when I'm doing beadwork. I kind of take it, and there it is, and there's the ankle part. So I just mark it down and do my beadwork here. So anyways, kind of even out. Use this for attach the thread to the sole. So there you go. And just fold it a little bit, just lightly work it, not too, and there's my middle part. So mark it down. I do a lot of big hand stitch, or I take it off later, so material holds together. I always use I guess binder, whatever, a piece of hide in between my sewing. It looks nice. So grab this point and make sure you got enough to hold there and there. Oof. Just trying to kind of even it where you left the dots there. So what I do is I take a darning needle, bluff needle. I think it's a 10, depends. Some are big, some are. I use upholstery thread. I don't use sinew for some reason, because it's not like a nest sinew. I use upholstery thread. It's actually pretty durable, and I double it. And my mom always, since she just runs an ordinary candle. I see how I need a new one. Run it through, not much, just slightly. But I don't know why she does it, but I just do whatever she does. Tonu. See, even, and just work the darning needle through. I just use 2 loops, so it just holds together like that. When you're doing this moccasins, you like it a little tug on it, so it's an important part. And I don't like thread. I'm very picky with my thread all sticking out and stuff like that. So I pinch it and flip this over so this thread doesn't stick out too much. See? I don't know, no, you don't have to do it, but it's just me. And then you just put 2 knots. I got a small scissor for cutting. Not got you not do. Okay, I always get a habit of the knots even. I don't like it kind of sticking all over. See, and then I always make sure they're tight. I always check it all to see if it's. And you go on the other side and hold this bind, this extra piece, kind of just work it just nice so they're even, and work it down to this dot. So grab it and line it up with this dot here. And pinch it, hold it, and then pull sew that part together. And just tug at it so it's not loose, it's nice and snug. Put a couple knots in there. And do the other side. There's kind of pinch the line evenly, and pinch. Doesn't have to be exact, but it's just a guideline to. See that it's easy to sew. This hide is very soft. It's sometimes you come across, sometimes you end up with tough hide. It's hard to sew. Then okay, I will do the same thing on the other ones. It's all marked down, prepared. So this one is all ready to sew, and I'll do the other one. Make sure you got enough. Okay, now it's all attached. So I'm going to, it's all prepared for crimping. Like, so this is the part that goes straight. This is where you're gonna work on. So it's all ready now, so we're gonna ready to be sewn around. Gashito. Then I can that's and let's say data he there. Gula said the how jow how must. I hope you enjoyed this video of moccasin making. Must.
Did you like this video? If you did, I think you're gonna like this one right over here. So check it out. And I appreciate your subscribing if you haven't done so already. Remember to do that while you're watching this next video. Click like, it all helps us out for this channel. Catch you next time.